Hi everybody, Alain for Eurovisionary. I'm a lucky guy because I'm actually with the most beautiful woman, lady, who is going to represent France in the next Eurovision Song Contest in Baku, the 26th of May. Hello, Anggun.
Hello.
First of all, thank you so much for accepting this interview.
My pleasure.
What does mean Eurovision Song Contest for you particularly?
Well, it's actually, you know, I arrived in France about 10-something years ago, and I didn't know anything about Eurovision.
Yeah.
It was only after a few years in France that I know that that I've heard about this song contest. But the thing is, it's incredible now that I'm a part of this. Yeah. That I'm going to do, going to represent France. I mean, it's a huge thing for me because I didn't know that someone like me, who's not originally from France, okay, but who is I'm actually my citizenship is French. I didn't know that I could ever represent this country. So it's a massive, really massive honor for me. So so for me, this Eurovision Song Contest represents something that is actually bigger than Europe, because we're talking about music.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about something about those whole Europe together with music, it's so powerful. So I'm really looking forward to be a part of this.
Good. When performing in the TV special on France 3, yes, shortly before the 2011 contest, you were asked to participate and you choose to sing Puppet on a String by Sandy Shaw.
Exactly.
Just what made you think of this song in particular?
I found that song was a very fun song to sing. Yeah. I found it, even though that song was on the early 70s, so 60s,
67.
67, something, yeah, right. And it hasn't aged.
Yeah.
It's the kind of song that can travel through decades without, you know, having wrinkles.
Absolutely.
So so I had a lot of fun actually performing that song, and in front of Amaury, Vasily, yeah, and in front of French people.
You will be working with the same team behind your entry for France on the rest of your actual album, Echoes, won't you? Have they had to adapt the way they work when selecting a song to represent France at the Eurovision Song Contest?
At the, sorry?
They have to adapt the way they work for that song in particular.
Right, yeah. Well, actually, because when we know that I was going to represent France for Eurovision, I've received so many songs, yeah, from you name it. We were really overwhelmed by the numbers of songs that were actually being sent, and it was really hard to actually listen to and made our selections. Some of them are just so easy, like, oh, this is so very Eurovision, and that, yeah, one is not. But I don't want to fall into the category of too Eurovision-esque, yeah, you know. So we actually, with my team, we come up with a song that is actually a lot of people fell in love with. Because this is the kind of decision that is not only taken by me, but, okay, also, you know, from the France Television and the label. It has to be a decision that everyone is comfortable with. So so the approach is definitely different, because we're not talking about my career. We're talking about a song contest. Yeah. So this is yeah, the most important part of this contest is definitely the song.
Okay, right. What is seemingly more the case is that the stage show is equally important as the artist at the contest. Have you given any thoughts to the choreography or staging of your entry in terms of backing singers?
Yeah, I'm actually the first thing that went through my mind when they told me about this was that I want to make sure that my performance is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It has to be amazing. It has to be, the song has to be perfect, But then the whole performance has to be equal, if not, you know, because it's the 50%. I mean, the first thing that you see is the visual is very, very important. So I'm thinking about dancers, I'm thinking about amazing dress. I'm going to be dressed, by the way, by Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Okay.
So it's again, it's an honor. So it's yeah, we're working on it. We just finished working on the song, so now we can go to the visual part.
Right.
That's all I can say because I don't know anything.
Your previous work has consisted on albums appearing in two versions.
Yeah.
One specifically aimed at the French market, and one for the overseas market. Could we perhaps therefore accept some kind of crossover entry for the contest, mixing both French and English?
Yeah, actually, my wish was to sing a song that's in two languages.
Yeah.
Because I know that it's very important to sing in your own language. I mean, in French, because you know, obviously it's one of the most beautiful languages in the world, and it's a diplomatic language.
Yeah.
But I'm also aware to the fact that not a lot of people speak French or understand French. So that's why we wrote a song that is actually the verses are in French.
Yeah.
The first part of the chorus is in French, and the rest is in English.
And maybe a few lines in your native Bahasa Indonesian?
No.
No? It would be the first time.
Yeah, it would be the first time, but I think 2 is company, 3 is crowded.
Okay. Having been a performer for many years now, you've given countless concerts, but at the Eurovision Song Contest, everything depends on just 3 minutes. How does that make you feel, and what are your thoughts about that?
Well, it's I certainly feel the pressure, but I don't want to suffer from it now, because we still have a lot to do.
Perfect.
And I think it's only normal. It's very healthy, and in every case, I mean, every time I'm on TV in different countries, I only have 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You only have those 3 or 4 minutes to convince people.
That's good.
You have to give your best, no matter what. So I have to say I'm kind of used to the pressures around, but I know that this time is different, because I'm not only talking or representing myself, I'm representing a country. So this is the perspective is way different. It's much bigger. So yeah, we'll see.
France has been hungry for victory for over 35 years now, with Marie-Myriam being the last winner. If you were to win for France, how would that make you feel?
Amazing. Yeah, but again, you know, I don't want to. Eurovision is a song contest. The song is the winner. I'm just the messenger. So so hopefully my song will win.
Me too. I would now like to focus on a more personal aspect of the interview, a little bit of information about what makes you the woman, Anggun. You have a number of charitable causes closer to your heart, all of which help those less fortunate and from all aspects of life. Your career has taken you around the world, flying from continent to continent. Do you ever take time out for yourself to recharge your batteries?
Yeah, because I have to. It takes a lot of organization to do. I certainly have to be a Wonder Woman to juggle with all this, but it's a fun life, I have to say. I mean, this is how I know my life is. It's always been with traveling, with hotel rooms, with only 5 days here or 3 days there, with constant jet lag. I know it sounds like hell, but it's fun. Really.
Was the last album Echoes first conceived in English or in French?
The album Echoes was actually first released in English in Indonesia, I mean in Asia, and then now we have the second release, which is in French. For France or for French territory. French market, and then we're going to release the English album for for European territories after the Eurovision, because I can't do this all in the same time.
Okay. You earlier work at a softer sound to it, which seems to have given way to a new Anggun, a woman with stronger and more determined. Would the track from your last album, Echoes Déraciné, which means uprooted of these places, be representative of where you are now as your individual?
I think when you when you went through a cultural shock, this is something that one needs to experience, and it's a healthy experience to have. I think a lot of things that are not that are unhappy, unhappy moments, those moments need to happen because it shapes who you are, and it's necessary. So yeah, I embraced a lot of moments in my life, the good and the bad.
Yeah. It's difficult for artists in France to evolve musically. Fans and the public expect you to produce the same kind of music throughout your career. Would you say that this attitude has made things difficult for you? That you had an etiquette, a label on the last album?
Yeah, I have to say that, of course, in France, people tend to always put you in boxes. Yeah. You are a pop singer, you're not supposed to do rock music or jazz or whatever. And the thing is, I come from a different country where I used to be a rock singer. And then I like to explore, and as an artist, I'm a music lover. I love different types of music. I do not want to be imprisoned in only one genre. And I think, my fans, they know that I like to experiment with my music, and that is why they don't, when they talk about me, they don't talk about special music, music specifically, but it's Anggun sound, or, so I don't like to be categorized, but I want to be categorized like that.
With your album Echoes, there was a general pop rock feel with the material on offer. How would you yourself describe the mood of the album?
The mood, I have to say, very feminine, with all the contradictions that come with it. Because as a woman, we wake up with needs that are different every day. Sometimes we want something, we just want to be the girly girl, and then sometimes we want to be Margaret Thatcher, or sometimes we just want to be this femme fatale. I don't know. So this album, it travels into different moods, and I like that. It's a very moody album, like a woman should be.
Apart from having readers in all countries taking part in Eurovision, we in Eurovisionary also have many followers in countries outside Brazil, India, the States. Do you have any message in particular for our readers?
Yeah, I'm extremely. I'm very surprised, but in a very good way, of course, to know that actually Eurovision not only have fans in Europe, but outside of Europe. It proves once again, music knows no boundaries, and it's great because, again, so music lovers out there, welcome. Hi.
So, a bonus for just Eurovisionary, would you mind to sing a few seconds of your last single?
Ah, of course! But it's going to be in French.
Okay, perfect.
Je laisse partir mon meilleur amour, un beau jour. Je laisse partir mon meilleur amour, pour toujours.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One final question, Anggun. Which question that you haven't already been asked would you ask yourself, and what would the answer be?
Oh my God. If I'm happy.
And so?
Oh, well, I'm working on it. And it's a quest. I don't think happiness is something easy to achieve. And I don't believe in happy ever after, but I believe in fragments of it. And when you have it, you have to cherish it.
Thank you so much. Eurovision.com would like to thank you so much for your
Thank you.
welcome. Thank you so much for everything.
Bye.